as you know, I have prowled the internet and found I think my favorite website. I talk about it every time we do this. It's the Shadowlands.net. And the Shadowlands is a perfectly preserved in Amber Web 1.0 glorious page full of user-submitted ghost stories from the late Clinton, early Bush administration era.
The best era for ghost stories.
Totally. It's the last year that magic could exist before social media.
Ghosts only exist when your country does not have a deficit.
Yeah. We always talk about this. Like, there's certain turning points in history where things that are whimsical and stupid can no longer exist. And, we passed some point.
What if you were an economist that died too early and your unfinished business was balancing the American budget?
No. Oh, he's going to hate
You're
9/11.
fucking trapped here forever, dude.
But, I went to the Shadowlands.
Is this Ghost Ross Perot?
It's James Carville, but he's still alive. Yeah. But, no, I went to that. I also looked around for some local cryptids as well. So, monsters that might be in the woods. And they're in Luke's home state of North Dakota and Neil's home state of New York. So, hell yeah. Well, let's we'll run down some North Dakota ghosts and monsters, and then we'll roll into New York City. So first up, we got some cryptids. Do you know of any monsters that might be in North Dakota?
I don't. Honestly, when you said this, I didn't think that there were going to be any. I've never heard of that. Also, the only thing I could think of was that there's probably Native American traditions or something.
Wendigo, of course. The shadow, the skinwalkers, and all that stuff.
Yeah. But outside of that, I was like, I can't even imagine what it would be.
Yeah, well, this first one definitely comes from that tradition, and it's called the Mini-Washitu. And I got this one from some cryptozoologist on here. But anyway, he says, perhaps the most infamous of North Dakota's cryptids is the dreaded Mini-Washitu, also known as the Missouri River Monster, a terrifying aquatic beast that has its origins in the myths of the Dakota people, who spoke of a rarely seen creature covered in shaggy red hair with a single eye and a horn protruding from its forehead. It has human hands, elk-like hooves, and a gigantic, jagged, sawtooth spine running down its back.
This is just sort of that monster from that Francis Ford Coppola movie.
See, I was going to say, this is the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people here. It's got one...
This one's red, though, so it's perhaps, I don't know, a variation.
Yeah. When they show it, it kind of looks not dissimilar from Billy Crystal's monster in Monsters, Inc. It's kind of just sort of a big eyeball with a horn on its head. So the earliest known account of the Mini-Washitu in modern times comes from ethnologist Melvin Randolph Gilmore, who recorded Dakota stories of the creature in the early 20th century. And according to his informants, simply glimpsing this monster in broad daylight was enough to drive a person crazy and cause their death. One man who laid eyes upon the beast survived just long enough to describe its awful appearance, and soon after lost his sanity after he spasmed to death.
In there.
So literally, he was just like,
"Oh my god!
It was a one-eyed, one-horned, fine purple people." And then
did it look like this?
Yeah, and then broke his own neck somehow.
Oh my god!
So that's the one I'd never heard of, but apparently is kind of the most famous.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd never heard of that before, but it also kind of sounds like they just saw a really ugly white guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. What you think, Neil? Have you ever seen anything so scary you spasmed to death?
Nope.
Nope.
Seen
You
a
still
lot of
alive?
crazy shit, but no, I never spasmed to death.
All right, that's good. Keeping it in check.
Also, it's aquatic?
Yeah,
in North Dakota?
It lives in the Missouri River, apparently. Yeah.
In the Missouri River.
Yeah. That's the one and only kind of famous cryptid I saw there.
Creatures that make you insane looking at them are always kind of fun to me. Because what a great cheat.
Oh yeah. What a great way.
You can't see it make you crazy.
What a great way to go out too. It's I was literally scared to death. So I love this one. So do you guys remember? I had one of these that I think my mom picked up at a yard sale. They were popular in the 70s. It was when I guess Tinker Toys became popular. They did the teen and adolescent version of Tinker Toys, and they were called Meccano, and it was a set where you could build these it's like an erector set almost.
Okay.
I think it was the off-brand erector set, so it was called Meccano. So this is actually, I filed this under extraterrestrial. This is from Bismarck, the capital.
Okay. Yep.
Have you ever been to Bismarck? I know nothing of it.
Yeah, it's pretty nondescript.
It's like Sacramento, basically.
Yeah, smaller, there's nothing there. It's just flat. There's an Arby's.
hey, now that we don't got that anymore. So they got that.
Bismarck lacks an okay basketball team.
They lack an okay basketball
Yeah,
team.
whereas Sacramento's got those Kings.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So, August 26, 1975. I love when there's a hard date. In Bismarck, Sandra Larson, her daughter and her boyfriend, they were driving along I-94 towards Bismarck. Yeah.
Great North Dakota name, by the way. Sandra Larson.
Sandra Larson.
Very North Dakota.
Oh, we're just driving along 94 here. And it was 4 a.m. And what happens next is just a complete rerun of Betty and Barney Hill, the famous alien abduction. Lights appear in the sky. Everyone passes out. They wake up and they're parked safely in a gas station, and hours have passed that they don't know what happened. But Sandra found herself inexplicably seated in the back of the car while her daughter had been placed in the driver's seat. So they wake up, and I guess they got
They threw them in the wrong order.
A bunch of misogynist aliens mixed up these women.
Remember.
Yeah. They're just like, I don't know. That one.
I don't know. They're both blonde. What do you want from me?
All women look the same. Is
said
that
the one with the
problematic to say? They're a little self-aware about it, but they still say it. Yeah.
So Sandra later received hypnotic memory recovery treatment at the University of Wyoming from a psychologist named R. Leo Sprinkle.
Okay.
I only included that because the name is fantastic.
Our Leo of the Sprinkles.
Paging Dr. Sprinkle. Yeah. During these sessions, she recalled being abducted by extraterrestrial beings and taken aboard their craft. Okay, par for the course, unsolved mysteries. But here's the weird part. She was rubbed down with a mysterious liquid. Diddy is unaccounted for at this point in the story, by the way.
Baby oil. So.
And she said that the aliens were miniature mummies.
So that's where they went.
Yeah, yeah. They're little mummies with bulging eyes, and they had arms segmented like the Meccano toy set. So if you look at the picture of these things, it is a 70s toy on a small mummy with gigantic eyes.
You know what? That's the one ghost story I remember from when I was a kid, is that my brother would always tell me that tiny mummies were going to kill me.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, so he must have... Oh, man. Shout out to your brother.
I love tiny mummies.
That like tiny mummies would come out of the snow as we were like going. The Andersons lived across the street from us, and my brother and I would go over there. It was whenever we would go back.
That's we'll put this up on our Twitter. That is the sketch.
That's the one.
That's her sketch that she described.
Those
to
are the
sketch
tiny
artist.
mummies that my brother threatened death to me with, and I would run across the street screaming, hoping to get back to our house.
North Dakota
before
is
the
mummy
tiny
country?
mummies came out of the snow and pulled me under, and my parents would never find me.
Oh shit!
I'm all about all of this.
Dude, I love a tiny mummy.
Those arms aren't effective for groping. Like,
yeah. How's it rubbing you down
I
with
was about to say,
liquid?
it does not seem like something that's going to put oil on itself.
Yeah, or unless it's like kind of a squeegee situation where they and then kind of
Definitely less
squeegee
sensual
your
at that
back.
point.
Yeah, it's complete. It's mechanical. It's
No,
very
there's
mechanical.
Zero Sade being
And
played
now
in
that you bring that
version.
up, I've never thought about this. But I'm 35 and I'm just now realizing if they're that small, how are they going to pull me under the snow?
Ankles.
Oh, it
tripping
might
you.
be like a Lilliputian situation where there's just a bunch of them.
Maybe they have
Oh,
some
they've
sort
got
of-
some sort of like
net,
catapult
perhaps?
net,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Ewok trap
a
type
trip
deal.
line.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
crafty.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to let being tiny stop you from pulling
Smash
you down
my
in
head
that
with
sweet,
two
sweet
logs
snow.
that
Yeah.
swing together.
The fact that this is like mummy country, and then we just watch you have repressed memories. They're like, this was all true.
It happened.
I mean, that's probably also just my older brother bullying me. This is
Yeah.
the same guy
Oh,
who, when
also,
I was a
yes.
kid, told me that shots hurt less if I flex as hard as I can.
wow, that is sinister.
Yeah, and so that's how I took my shots when I was a kid. And I was like, why do they hurt so much?
What a bastard.
Why are you guys fine with this?
Oh no.
And the doctor just said nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Can you stop being Macho Man real quick while I give you this? So now we're going into, this is the transition zone that happens a lot of times where it's like, is it a cryptid? Is it a ghost? We'll see. And this is cryptozoologist Lucas Jennings writing for Hanger One
That's
publication.
too close to my name. We got to skip this one.
So I love this one. This is, have you heard the legend of Walking Sam? So Walking Sam is a 7-foot tall ghost who wears a stovepipe hat and a long coat, and he stalks lonely and depressed adolescents.
May I ask a question out the gate? Is he 7 feet tall, counting hat or not counting hat?
Oh, good question. I think he's probably legit 7 feet, and then the hat adds an extra half,
okay,
3/4 of a
because
foot.
I'm sure is he like my height, and then he's got like a 4-inch hat? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, he stalks bummed out teenagers, and it's his job to collect the souls of suicide victims. And so he's hunting down the right trail, I think. But
Just by your description so far, this sounds like some kind of monster that was like a failed patriotic symbol and is now taking out its rage by collecting the souls of depressed teenagers.
yeah, it's used to be Uncle Sam. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
lost faith in the whole American experiment.
Right, like the red, white, and blue faded off the hat, and
Yeah.
now it's this
I don't even care
horrible
anymore.
Heard rock and roll music for the first time and just turned to a shadow monster.
Yeah, exactly.
Evil Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
No one else has been able to pull off the
The
stovetop.
funniest of all Lincolns, evil Lincoln.
So some stories claim that the entity has been glimpsed peering through the windows of the depressed teenagers, and its very presence fills its
That
victims
feels
with an
like a
overwhelming
guy
sadness.
who was looking through some teen windows.
Straight up.
Who then was like, well, you've heard about the legend of the thing that isn't me, right?
Yeah. The Legend of Walking Sam took on a chilling new dimension in the 1970s. Ding ding, my favorite time period. When
Sam discovered cocaine.
yeah. Yeah. There was a disturbing rash of suicides and attempted suicides on the Standing Rock Reservation attributed to the entity's malign influence. Rumors swirled of an evil spirit driving teenagers to end their lives, and more recently, a purported Bigfoot corpse discovered on the reservation.
Bigfoot to off himself?
He got Bigfoot to kill himself.
Fuck, that's a movie I'd watch.
So
That's like a groovy A24 movie.
emo Bigfoot, yeah, and I like that. That's like no, but let's keep talking about this 7-foot tall ghost. Like, yes, there was a Bigfoot corpse discovered.
Bigfoot killed himself.
Yes, Walking Sam made Bigfoot kill himself.
Did they say how Bigfoot killed himself?
No, it just says that they discovered a corpse on the reservation. It was linked to the Walking Sam legend by some believers.
Because there's like the hard as hell version where he like bashes his head in, but it's also funny if there was like a stolen hunting rifle and then he's just went a full Kurt Cobain but Bigfoot.
He
Yeah.
left his car running and closed the garage door.
yeah,
Bigfoot
just
killed himself in someone else's house with their car.
They just walk out to find what the fuck happened in here.
Would have loved to have met live Bigfoot. Real
Oh, I
bummed about.
probably Walking Sam. That's probably what happened. Never mind. I got it.
So now we're moving into ghosts solidly. This is from the Shadowlands.net. God damn it. We're going to start Luke's hometown of Fargo, North Dakota. So
I don't
first,
know that I realized you were a Fargo boy.
Oh, I sure am.
oh yeah.
You and Klosterman.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Fargo
yeah.
Rock City, baby.
Any working knowledge I have is just from his books from the 90s.
Yeah, it's him and Luke. Yeah, that's the only two I know. First one here, apparently, I don't know if you've heard this, the Moorhead Fargo train tracks. So the train line that connects Moorhead, Minnesota to Fargo, North Dakota.
Uh-huh.
Apparently mega haunted. The cool thing about Shadowlands is there's no proofreading happening. All of it
kind of
is
sight.
just user submitted craziness. So here we go. There are train tracks that go through Fargo and Moorhead. A couple of years back, a woman tried to jump on a train, but instead was dragged all the way through town. What was left of her body was later found. Not much left, really.
I wouldn't imagine so, yeah.
Like, okay. A couple of homeless guys were sleeping by the train and reported to seeing the woman. One guy woke up to see her in the distance with glowing red eyes, and he thought if he was to shut his eyes and ignore her that she would go away. He opened his eyes, but she was much closer. Frightened, he awoke his friend and they ran away to seek slumber elsewhere. So that's the train tracks. You ever hang out by the train tracks down there in Fargo?
I mean, I've taken the train. I took the train from Fargo to
But
Minneapolis.
you got on it to stop. You didn't try to jump on.
That was my mistake.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. I was supposed to
The
try to
easy
jump
way.
on. Yeah. I bought a ticket and got on because it was running 5 hours late, like trains always fucking do.
Yeah, that one's kind of classic. Are there ghost trains in New York City? I'm trying to think. Out in the middle of nowhere.
There's like scary
Allegedly,
subways,
yes.
right?
There's the ghost subway station.
Yeah. There's a lot of like abandoned subway stations that they talk about.
Yeah.
That
where-
shit scares the ever living fuck out of me. And I guess it's just like organized place underground feels like it should not exist.
Yeah.
But there is a story where I can't remember exactly which bridge it is, but they said there's a certain time of night where allegedly that you can see a ghost train and it goes by this bridge where people have jumped to their deaths. or
Oh, so
whatever.
probably Brooklyn Bridge, I'd
So-
imagine.
Interesting.
Wow.
So they hit the train Or is these are just like ghosts being
I think
in the way?
it's just
like
going.
it's just like a crosswalk of ghosts.
It's just collecting souls,
like
apparently.
a pool filter.
Yes.
This one, it doesn't sound that paranormal. Just tell me if you're familiar with this. The Buena Vista Trailer Park.
I mean, I know
Lost
several
my
trailer
virginity
parks.
there.
I don't know which one is the Buena Vista Trailer Park.
This is the beautiful view, Buena Vista. So it has been said that there have been two 15-year-olds walking around at night. One boy, one girl. They were hit by cars drag racing on Santa Cruz Drive. You can also hear screaming and yelling in the trailer park at night. I was like, that just sounds like a trailer park at night.
That's just
15-year-old married
Tuesday.
couple and people screaming. Yeah, this is
Like crazier stories.
This
about
is like
those
somebody who
trailer parks
lives
than
there
that,
is trying to
man.
like spice it up. He's like, no, nobody's marriage is falling apart. There's ghosts.
Yep.
Guy who got his head blown off by a firework at one of those trailer parks. That was probably after this, though. That was probably after this got like locked in.
Whoa, what happened?
That's as much as I know about it. But I remember that
Put
happened.
an M80
I
and
was
he's like, look, guys, it's a cigar.
So one thing I found out looking around North Dakota, y'all have a lot of haunted bars and restaurants. Which is
Come on, evil Applebee's.
there is a haunted Coles, by the way. I think that's in the New York
Nice.
section, but no, we'll start off in
the discount clothing store.
yes,
Kohl's?
Coles. Yeah. There's I didn't look too much in it. It was just basically like, they see stuff at night, but it was just proclaiming there is in fact a haunted Coles. I
The
think last
Shaquille
year,
O'Neal shoes move around the store at night.
yeah, the Mark Anthony collection.
Yeah.
Hey, I put that on the other side of the store.
Labor laws didn't exist yet.
That's right. Yeah.
Something like that. It's always something like that.
So this place is not there anymore, and it's been closed. This is how long ago Shadowlands' update. This place has been closed so long it does not have any Yelp reviews, so it goes back that far. But in the town of Amadon, North Dakota, this place restaurant was called George's and the Owl, and this was the only restaurant in town. And this actually made it onto some sort of North Dakota public television YouTube video that I found that appeared to be pretty old, where the guy said that there's, I guess, a little boy got run over in front of the gas station across the street, and now he has been reported
You're
to
fucking with our restaurant.
yeah, I know. He got kids like, go haunt the fucking gas
make
station.
the gas station on it. Make the car wash on it.
And apparently it was his dad's gas station. I was like, go haunt your dad. And he fucked up not keeping you
I
out
bet
of
his dad sent his ghosts away.
yeah. So he's been reported to run around the restaurant, banging into people. Occasionally, music and voices can be heard. There's a ghost dog, and there's ghost faces in the mirror. Potato chip bags clipped to a rack have been found strewn about the floor. A local team of investigators has conducted extensive investigations here and has recorded some strange, muttering voices. Which I just love. That you go in there's like, goddamn motherfucker, piece of shit. The fuck out of here with a fucking microphone.
fry your own
Fuck,
goddamn onion
fuck
rings.
You. I fucking hate you.
Oh, we're out of French dressing.
Oh, my goddamn wife. Every fucking night when I get home, motherfucker. So I like that one. I like that it's a potato chip based ghost just throwing chips around.
Another one that does sound like it. The ghost is Rowdy Teens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much of this is Rowdy Teens, I think.
Yeah.
This one is Medora, North Dakota at the Fudge Depot.
My nickname in college.
I've been to Medora before, actually.
Have you? Where is that? What's Medora like?
It's like they have the Medora musical there. It's very like Teddy Roosevelt themed. It's sort of like in the Badlands, sort of in the areas where Teddy
It's
Roosevelt
like Rough
loved to hang
Riders
out. Yeah,
country.
yeah.
Dude, hell
How's
yeah.
their fudge places?
They're
How's the fudge, though?
Depots or otherwise.
So this one again could just be completely tracked up to nothing necessarily haunted. So the Fudge Depot is supposed to be haunted by a woman who only haunts once a year on her birthday. So that's the only time.
Is she happy or upset? I can't tell.
It
what
just
that
says
means.
only haunts once a year on her birthday. It
Like
says,
as a little treat,
Right, I was
just
about
to
to
be
say, the
bad
ghost
on
like,
her
I'll be
birthday.
yes, yeah. It's like, dude,
Who ate all the fudge? Ghost.
yeah. Dude, girls only think about one thing, man. That's fucking chocolate. I'm fucking telling you. It is unnaturally cold in there, even though it is an ice cream shop. I love that detail. It's like, I think that's just an ice cream shop.
It's 2 degrees colder than it should be. Something's afoot.
Yeah.
This one feels like somebody who, like, as a little brother, was told a bunch of facts, and instead of checking any of their memories, just wrote them down on this website immediately.
It also sounds like somebody trying to drum up interest in their own ice cream shop.
Yes. That.
100%.
Oh, we're haunted. It's kind of cold where we keep the ice cream.
Our
That's so
delicious
crazy.
unhaunted ice cream.
Yeah.
Then people show up for that one day to try and see the ghost.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
bet it's in the summer when it's nice too. Guarantee you. This one's Cannonball, North Dakota, at Kelly's Bar. People say that one night a man came in. He was about 6 feet tall, wearing a black trench coat and a hat. Oh, is it Walking Sam? No, far too short. He also had hooves.
Okay.
Okay.
And he walked in and he said, and this is written in all caps, "I know you all." And then walked into the bathroom around the corner. Everyone watched his long tail slide around the corner into the bathroom. Even though there were no windows in the bathroom, he never came back out. When someone went in there, no one was there. And then they have 2 question marks for some reason.
So he's some sort of like festive devil.
He's the devil. Yeah, yeah.
And
I
he just
mean,
had to take a piss, and then he was
just-
out.
Yeah, I think so. He had
devil pissing in a Kelly's Bar in Cannonball, North Dakota is just elements of a Tom Waits song.
to- yeah. Or Cormac McCarthy novel. Either way.
I like how low stakes that one. It's not an ongoing haunting. Nobody got hurt. I'm just kind of like,
We
hey, look
saw
at
this
that guy.
fucking
All right.
dude one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to believe it, Gord. We saw the fucking devil in there.
Oh, did he kill someone? No, he was nice.
Yeah,
He
you went to
just
take
went
a-
to the John.
He just had to make boom boom.
Yeah, he said he knew us all, and that's pretty nice, you know.
No one left.
No, they were just like,
We went to go check on him
It's
to
too
make sure he
cold.
was okay in there, but he
I
was
mean,
gone.
if you've been up there, it's too cold. I don't care if Satan walks in, I'm staying. Fuck that. I'm not getting wind chill. So with a lot of these, and when we first kind of started doing this concept, it was still during the I think Dr. Pat was still around and pointed out that there's a lot of ghost stories that involve schools.
Yeah.
And it seems like all of folklore is just trying to stop children from getting an education because there are so many school ghosts. So we'll do a few of these for North Dakota. Jamestown. The University of Jamestown, Crosey Hall. So this is a dorm, I believe. If you go into room D15 late at night, you can hear the rhythmic sounds, clicking, 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 and more clicking.
Just bed springs bouncing, baby.
No, the opposite. There was a student that used to live in the dorm room that had obsessive compulsive disorder with a Rubik's Cube.
Go on.
Oh my God. Yeah,
He
okay.
attacked his roommate for stealing his Rubik's Cube and was sent to the state hospital. He immediately killed himself because he didn't have a Rubik's Cube, and now he haunts the dorm room playing with his toy of joy.
This sounds like somebody lost their mind because they had to live in Jamestown.
Yeah. I just love the way it's written, clicking. I'm like, this is this guy.
I just love the idea of like finishing the Rubik's Cube and then just says kill on it.
Hell yeah. Kill roommate.
Do I have to?
That's
It
a
shifts
real
to
like
yes.
lost from the cut for the shining room floors.
I'm like, why is he mad? College is free around that time.
Yeah, that's true.
man.
That's a very good point.
And we just invented the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, Rubik's Cube had just happened. College in North Dakota is certainly free around that time. Come on, man.
Wait, when did that happen?
Well, Rubik's Cube, so it has to be like the early to mid 80s, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow, Jamestown is big enough to have a university?
apparently, yeah, according
I think the
to
answer is no, but they did anyway.
yeah, definitely.
Cal State
It's
Dominguez
so
Hills,
small.
friend.
It's so small.
Solon, North Dakota. Do you know that one?
I don't know that
Then
one.
Sullen and Solomon.
Didn't have to play them in football or nothing. Solon High School. One time, when some girl was walking in the hallway, she heard some basketballs bouncing in the gym. She walked down there to see what's up, and she got there and no one was in there. So she started walking back to her class, and then she heard the basketballs again and ran back down there. And then she saw these two girls playing basketball. She told her counselor, and the counselor said it was her teammates that died the year before. It's like, you wouldn't recognize them?
Her counselor said that?
Yeah. She went to the counselor. Was
The
like,
counselor says, yeah, it's your fucking dead teammates. Get out of my hair.
They
Get out of here.
they can't stop balling.
Yeah. I hear them there all the time.
They're hooping to eternity. That's
Yeah.
what we talked about this at the funeral.
We wish their attendants were like this when they were alive.
Yeah. They're still not concentrating enough on their schoolwork. Heavens.
Oh, man. I've been in so many of those tiny North Dakota gyms, though.
Oh, sure.
Those little basketball gyms. You go there for high school basketball. They all, ooh. I can like smell the walking taco from here. That is just permeates every one of those gyms.
They put the shit in the bag and everything.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
hell yeah.
Yeah. You cut it lengthwise and put all the toppings inside. Yeah.
Ooh, wait, they could have lengthwise. That makes it hard to shake it, though. That's the only thing. With the walking taco, it's just open it and then you can shake
No,
the
there's
whole.
plenty of room in
May I
there.
ask a
Okay.
coastal elite question?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck are you talking
Oh,
about?
you don't know walking taco? East Coast? Do you know walking taco?
No.
See, all right, yeah.
Well, on behalf of Middle America. Luke, tell him.
Do we have all 4 quadrants here right now? Right on. Let's
Pretty
make
much.
some decisions.
Wow. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bag of
Fritos.
Like Fritos. Yeah.
Oh,
Bag of
okay.
Fritos
So it's
that
like
you
a
cut 'em
Frito
open.
pie thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
and then
Frito pie.
You call it a
basically,
walking taco?
Yeah,
That's
and
a fun
they
name.
sold them at every concession stand for every high school athletics game.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
So-
was like that, or you could buy a slice of frozen pizza, you know,
Yeah,
and
so
or popcorn. And
you
those are,
open
like,
a bag
your
of Fritos and then just dump all the shit for tacos inside, and then you shake the bag, and then you can eat it while you walk.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
into
the
this.
idea. Or a Frito pie, as it's called in Texas.
So this is damning evidence that I never went to a high school sports game.
I don't know that we had them in the South. I think I only found out about that when I went to Texas.
Had
for
I
the
known
first time.
food was at them, I don't think ours had good food, or I'd have for sure put my head in. But like, no one ever mentioned that.
Yeah.
If there was some sort of walking taco situation, perhaps I'd
Yeah,
be more
good,
interested.
Good food is a stretch, but food that you like in high school.
I
and you're
like a
going to
taco.
game,
I like
yeah.
walking. We're off to a great
Yeah.
start.
I don't know why I said. You know what? They're great. They fucking rule. I don't know why I tried to play them down.
I got a couple more schools here. This one, it just says township. It doesn't say which one, and
Right.
I thought it was called
I think
township.
when we hear the legend, we'll be able to figure out which one.
Oh, definitely. So the old schoolhouse that had burned down in 1907. In 1907, 3 people were killed inside, 2 kids and 1 teacher. Their bodies were never found, and we went out there one night and we heard walking, screaming. Our names were written on the blackboard. Lake of Fire, pickup with no driver, and a lot of unexplainable things.
Let's get back to the Lake of Fire.
Exactly. And the Lake of Fire
Put in the middle of some things.
is in between writing on a blackboard and a pickup truck that nobody's in.
And those two I can kind of explain.
It's like, I can come up with something for that. Lake of Fire is awesome.
Options A and C are things that my friend could do
Yeah.
while I'm not paying attention.
All of those.
The middle is a lake of fire.
It's literally all of them. Walking, screaming, our names written on the blackboard, Lake of Fire, and pickup truck with no driver. It's like, I got a reason for all of them except the one,
Did
and
it
I don't know
create
why.
the lake, or is there a lake adjacent in township?
That would be gnarly if there was no lake, and you're just like, ooh, man, hell yeah. It's a Lake of Fire here now. I just love the way that these are written, because it's like, hey, let's concentrate on the obvious one here.
It's a shame that they didn't get to visit there again on the 4th of July.
Also,
Ooh, yeah.
our names. That
Yeah, so I guess he went exploring in this burned out schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And let's say his name is Kevin. He went into a room he'd never been in, and his name is on the board, I guess. But again, that could be your friend fucking with you.
Yeah.
And Lake of Fire is hard to do as a little.
Maybe one friend is doing the names while the other is preparing the field of napalm.
Yeah, I like the planning meeting that their friends were doing beforehand. They're like, let's write his name on a board.
Yeah.
Let's fill a lake with gasoline. Let's just kind of like not have anybody in a pickup truck.
It is oil country up there,
I've
so
been playing
it
with
is.
this as a bit for a minute, but a friend of mine, when they were in college in Riverside, California, did light a swimming pool on fire with a trash can full of gasoline that they spilled on top of it, and then threw a lit cigarette, and bam, hot pool.
That's pretty fucking cool.
I did not
God.
get to see it. I was there days afterwards, where they were still all sort of basking in being able to tell people they lit a pool on fire.
your friend Jake Paul. This last one here, Valley City, North Dakota, Valley City High School. A teacher fell off the roof and died. She can now be seen floating through the halls at night screaming, "How sweet is it that it's Friday?"
Wow.
That's so sweet.
I fucking love this ghost.
How sweet it is that it's Friday.
This ghost and I know that in the time she's in, Urkel is hours away when school is ending.
It's kind of a cool ghost.
Corey Matthews and the Step by Step family are ready for us to come home.
And who's there at night? Like the janitor is like, fuck this job.
Yeah, dude. Wait till we get to your state, my friend. So many dead janitors, dude. So many haunted and a dead and torn asunder. The
It's
janitors.
a sad ass city.
You
Ready
get,
for it.
You never get like a casual ghost that uses modern terms like sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a real fascination I have, is like forcing ghosts and things like that to use more modern parlance. Like the idea of a ghost describing something as sick.
Yeah. No cap. I'm fucking here.
Right. It's giving Satan.
There it is.
There will be ghosts that say slay in terrifying ways.
Oh, yeah. Last couple of North Dakota ghosts here. Dickinson, North Dakota, at the Ear, Nose, and Throat Clinic. Oh, no. I love that the metaphysical can enter the realm of science so easily.
Yeah.
There have been many reports of toilets flushing by themselves and workers who felt like they're being watched/followed in the early morning hours.
This is just a creepy boss.
A ghost is said to be that of a doctor who went on a fishing trip but never returned. He is believed to have drowned on that fateful trip.
Okay, can I just bring up that
We didn't follow up.
The era that this website was frozen was around the time that automatic toilets were becoming more of a thing.
That's true. Yeah. All the Toto shit was making its way over from
You're
Japan.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, what are the chances that people were just like, oh, fuck, because they, like, weren't used to whatever, something like floating in front of the sensor? And
Imagine sort of a hilariously old man who just keeps being afraid of all of the things. That this ghost!
A ghost splashed my balls with water.
the
A
machine
ghost went off while I wasn't ready.
Okay, now you can flush, ghost.
Oh, now you're just going to make me look.
Yeah.
This last
An
one.
old man staring at poop because the ghost won't flush
Come on,
the toilet.
ghost.
Come on. Do your thing, ghost. Do your thing. I swear, come in here. Leslie, come in and look at it. I watch. It'll go away. Dad, why are we looking at shit? Come on. Come on in, Leslie.
I
Look.
love this crazy old man.
Gather around, family. The ghost will take my poo-poo to heaven. This last one I found on a website called Ghosts of America. It's from an anonymous user from Tioga, North Dakota. It says, well, I was at the dam in Tioga and I had an old picture of me that I put in the water because it was an old memory. I didn't want it anymore.
The fuck is
This
this guy's
already
problem?
started out amazing.
Wild.
It's a picture of him. It's not a picture of someone who dumped him or whatever. He's just like, I just didn't want that memory anymore.
Fuck off, me.
Yeah.
This feels like a memory that was written in sepia tone.
Yeah. It was me in a shirt that said "What's up" and had a Budweiser logo, and I didn't want that memory anymore. So I put it in the water and I watched it float down to the other end of the dam. That night, when I went home, that same picture was on my dresser with blood on the back, and it said, no, with blood.
With blood twice.
Twice with the blood.
I love that these are sort of like proto creepypasta.
Yes, totally. That's what this is. It's absolutely like.
And any adults who gives kids shit for creepypastas can go ahead and read this and think how many adults wrote these.
Dude, yes, absolutely. And they're still great. They're all great.
Even with their lack of Sonic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, that's Tioga. That's North Dakota. What do we think? We're at the halfway mark of these the tour of these two spooky states. How are we feeling? Is everybody
I'm loving
terrified
this.
of the Peace Garden state?
How do you feel now having everything about your state flipped upside down?
Yeah, you didn't know that there was a
Do
guy.
you feel emotionally shattered?
You know what? Yeah, I think Walking Sam was maybe the biggest reveal.
Yeah.
You definitely got to go home now and go, hey, can we all fucking talk about Walking Sam for a minute?
who harassed a Bigfoot into killing itself.
My mom's face just goes dark. We don't talk about Walking Sam.
And what
That's
he
the
did to your
best.
Uncle Bigfoot. Your Bigfoot grandpa.
Yeah.
They all had a certain small town charm.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
All these stories located next to a Tasty Freeze.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Or no. You tell them what it's right next to. Goddamn it.
Wait, what? We had a Tasty Freeze?
You had a Tasty Freeze?
Tasty
Oh
Freeze, yeah.
shit! I was.
They're a civilized place.
I was queuing up for some Ole's, some Taco John's.
Oh,
You're
Taco
always
John's?
trying to ring up an Ole.
Yeah,
This is
I
just
know.
you trying to your Taco John agenda being pushed yet again.
Sure, yeah, we had Tasty Freeze. We had them both.
Oh goddamn! All right,
Heaven's country.
all right. I'm moving there then.
Oh, yeah, and those the old like walk-up only Dairy Queens.
Oh, I love
Ooh,
those.
hell
Yeah.
yeah! And you sit down, and some guy like 7 feet tall, and he tells you he's your good friend, and then he gaslights you into thinking you're friends.
Uh-huh.
And then he,
And you look over your shoulder to find your parents.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They're not around for
Have
miles.
I said that the only Taco Johns I have ever been to are next door to strip clubs? Just based on like the states and strip clubs I go to, they are almost 100% next to Taco John's. It's the best business combination I've ever seen.
Not a bad strip club name.
Taco John's.
Oh man, they should both be called that. Are you listening,
John
Portland,
Taco.
Oregon? Are you listening? I'm coming back. You better have that.
There we go. Taco John's and John Tacos.
Johnny Tacos.
Johnny Tacos. That's it.
The walking tacos.
Who would have guessed that the North Dakota segment would be so taco-centric?
I know,
Sorry,
right? Well, there's also taco pizza that doesn't exist out here.
Oh, yeah.
They got taco pizzas at the CC's out here. If you ever go to a CC's pizza buffet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
might
know
have
if it's
to
good, but
They're, I've had a taco pizza.
get back on the glute for a day just to see what the taco pizza.
Ooh,
sitch
yeah,
is
there
like.
you
I
go.
bet you could get a glute free there.
Yeah.
Or here we go. Here's what you do. You get the Fritos bag, you get the taco pizza, and then you just scrape all the shit off into the Fritos bag, making you a walking taco pizza. We're changing lives tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
This is Midwest cuisine.
Yes, it totally is. Yes, absolutely.